Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to another one. Today is going to be a very interesting thing because it is something that I'm very passionate about, and it has to do with video games. And of course, my favorite franchise in video game history is going to be Star Wars. And we all know that a game's coming out is called Star Wars Outlaws, and I looked at the presses. There's already so much bad about it that it's not even funny. And the fact that Ubisoft is running the project is really killing it right now. And we all know Ubisoft. We all know how they operate. And yeah. So we have some bad things right now. We have some bad things happening, some bad juju. And one of those bad jujus is the prices, because I just looked it up. And there's an article written about it, but just to give you a quick synopsis, when I looked at the gaming store on PlayStation, it almost cost me $80 for the base game. A game that is a live service game. A game that literally is going to be a season pass holder. Okay? So, looking at this article... Star Wars Outlaws expensive gold and ultimate editions with their season passes and early access sparks debate. So looking at a quick synopsis, the game is overpriced. For what it's delivering, it's overpriced. The $109.99 gold edition and even more expensive $130 are being criticized by some, not just for costing much more, but for what they include. The Gold Edition includes the base game, as you'd expect, the Season Pass, and 3 days early access with pre-order. The Ultimate Edition includes all that and 2 cosmetic bundles, the Sabak Shark bundle and the Rogue Infiltrator bundle, and a digital art book. The Season Pass adds 2 post-launch story expansions, the exclusive the exclusive Jabba's Gambit mission at launch, and the Kessel Runner character cosmetic pack. It's worth noting that Star Wars Outlaws is a single-player only game, which has caused some to question the need for a season pass at all. By using the word season, Ubisoft suggests there will be more than one. It's also worth pointing out that the base game costs $70 on console. I can attest that it cost almost $80 on there, not even 70, it's 80, which means Ubisoft values the season pass and early access at 40, and the cosmetics and digital art book at 20. Ubisoft has yet to detail the 2 post-launch DLCs, including in the Season Pass. So, I am so upset at the fact that a game that I thought was going to be very good, it turns out to be just another freaking cash grab. They've already ruined so many freaking games. What happened? You know, gaming today is such a cash grab. We see it with EA, we see it with Ubisoft, Nintendo is starting to go there, you know, freaking with all these other subscriptions. Sony, the only place that I haven't really seen any subscription-based bullcrap really is on PC gaming, and at this point, everybody should own one because you can play the same freaking games nowadays on your PC. With emulators, with freaking, whatever, you know, there's PlayStation 3 games on the freaking PC, there's PS4 games on there, they're getting their PC ports, then on top of that you have added mods. But then you have Ubisoft, EA, and all this other crap, and Ubisoft is the worst of them, in my honest opinion, adding a season pass to a game that's a single player. There shouldn't be no freaking season pass in a single player game ever, let alone make it $80 base, and then almost $100 to $130 for a special edition of it. Even freaking Hogwarts Legacy wasn't that freaking expensive, and it delivered on gameplay. There was no season pass, there was just DLC, and then a free DLC that they added on top of that, depending on what freaking console you were on. So the fact that this is what we're getting, a Star Wars game, mind you, a Star Wars game, they messed up, not Ubisoft, I don't know what company remastered it, but they remastered Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, the classics, the classic Star Wars Battlefront games, and they ruined it. They messed it up. Overwhelmingly negative reviews on Steam. People are unable to play it. There's not even enough added to it. I was excited at first. I was going to pre-order it, but then I saw how bad the game was, and I was like, no, I'm not going to freaking pay over $40 for a remaster of a classic game I can get for $10 a piece on sale, maybe $3. Like, that's not happening. We've seen it with freaking Rocksteady making Kill the Justice League, the Suicide Squad. They made it a live service season pass game, and it's dead. It's gone. It's not even going to exist after this year, from what reports have said. But the fact that this even, like, oh wow, it mesmerizes me. It makes no sense. If you see the decline on live service games, and you can see and hear the testament of games like this, why do you say in your head, you sit down at the corporate table with 50 clipboards and say, yep, this right here, this is what we need to do? There are so many ideas you can do with Star Wars. There's people that have been wanting an open world Star Wars game where you can pick your faction and do missions. You know, like Ubisoft could have used, you know, their Far Cry formulas. I don't care how freaking, you know, repetitive that is, but add a Star Wars element to it. Or, you know, do something where you can do a Helldivers type thing. I guarantee you, if the people in Helldivers made a Star Wars game kind of like in the same formula, but maybe a little bit of a different gameplay aspect to it, I guarantee you they'd outsell every AAA platform ever. That is the problem. That there's a big problem with AAA gaming nowadays. Like, I've never been this heated. This makes no sense. Like, this is the standard. You get only the base game. You're already paying $80 for the base set. As a matter of fact, if it is $70, that's still overpriced. A lot of the PlayStation 5 games nowadays are overpriced. I paid nothing for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 games back then. What makes the PS5 so special? And don't give me the graphics. The graphics don't mean a damn if you don't have a game that comes with it. The gameplay needs to be there. Okay? Then Gold Edition, you get the base game, Season Pass, and then up to 3 days early access. I don't care. I just want to make sure the game plays. You know... Why? Like, well, nobody's gonna see the positive on this. Like, I seen the trailer for it, and I was like, well, it looks pretty cool. I like that. You know, there's something there. We could build, elaborate. Nope, just friggin' kill it before it even releases. But the AAA gaming scene is an absolute dumpster fire. There is nothing there for anybody to really look at. Absolutely none. Because if you really think about it, AAA gaming now has killed itself. They went from actually genuinely making games that people would actually enjoy playing to, we need money. This is how we're going to do it. Season pass, season pass, season pass. Lock everything behind a paywall. And if they don't have money to know, well, they ain't getting the full game. That's literally all this is. This is all a cash grabs. All money, 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 money. And it's so stupid. Gameplay's declined. Graphics went up. Friggin' you went backwards. You evolved, but backwards. You know, and then friggin' we have, you know, indie devs. And, you know, I'll even use Palworld for an example. Palworld, as good of a game it might be, you know, they had a good launch. They literally showed, look, if you just do what people want you to do with their games, then maybe you'd have something there. But you don't. But then again, Palworld declined real fast because lack of gameplay. But I know they're updating their games, so that's cool. Helldivers, I wouldn't even consider this a AAA title. They had Sony's backing, which was awesome as a publisher. You know, but their gameplay wise, may be repetitive, but man, is it fun. The comedy, the humor, come on. Replayability, they're adding stuff. They're literally playing cat and mouse with their own audience, and then they're freaking sitting there and going, yes, this is a game we're going to be playing. I love that. I love that about titles like this. But then we have that. And unfortunately for us, this is the crap we have to deal with until the corporate overlords over at Ubisoft, you know, these other big places decide to get their heads out their behinds and actually start listening to their consumers. Until they do that, the gaming industry will decline like crazy. But that's all I have to say. This is me venting because I don't know what else to do or say anymore. With that being said, this has been your boy, TJJD, and I hope to see you in another one where I get mad at other things. And thank you for another episode of Let's Talk. Have a good one.